Welcome to Jack's Shortcuts, where the topics from the past become the present of today. So, without further ado, let's begin. In one of my previous episodes, I've mentioned that after having 3 Bond movies, where Daniel Craig's version of the character has been deconstructed, Bond was reconstructed in Spectre. In this video, I wanted to focus more on Spectre because, looking back, this movie was actually pretty good. Flawed for sure. But it did have one good thing that should have been carried over to No Time to Die. Spectre reintroduced fans to the classic elements associated with the stories. Ernst Stavro Blofeld, his own personal henchman, the iconic gun barrel sequence, exotic locations, Bond getting to sleep with 3 hot ladies, Stephanie Sigman, Monica Bellucci, and Léa Seydoux, all in one film, which is just awesome. But here are 2 main issues that people took with the film. The first problem was that fans of the deconstructed Craig Bond films considered the traditional Bond elements off-putting, and classic Bond fans thought that the execution fell off, which leads to the second criticism. Spectre tried to tie the previous plots and its villains to Spectre, and how Blofeld was the one to send them all to kill Bond. This attempt at tying everything together felt very rushed at best, and at worst made next to no sense, especially in regards with Raoul Silva, who had a personal vendetta against M, not Bond. Despite all these problems, however, the first criticism did eventually die down over time. As mentioned before with my How to Ruin Superhero Movies video, No Time to Die went for the same approach of studios getting cold feet and revert to something that the re-established fans are more familiar with. You don't win over people by changing everything in such an abrupt way. You have to take your time to let people easier adapt to said changes. I think the biggest problem was that they tried to bring back Spectre, but instead of taking their time by saving Blofeld for a later film, they tried going the easy and lazy way by tying previous films together in a way that doesn't make much sense. Spectre was very close, fulfilling a smooth transition between the new and the classic Bond, but sadly it wasn't meant to be. Not until the current zeitgeist is finally coming to an end. Then, and only then, will we finally see James Bond making a proper comeback. Thus says the Lord, stand by the roads and look, and ask for the ancient path, where the good way is, and walk in it, and find rest for your souls. But they said, we will not walk in it.